Yeah, we're not the type to play games, you can stake claims. Came to show the movement moving like a freight train, breaking walls and crumble earth with every step we take. We walking by with lash and your neck will break. Never let it stray, so say it wrong or set it straight. So coming at us with an awkward demeanor is leaving your life in the dead of fate. So pedal straight, avoid these shots, we send it all costs. Truly believing that it'll be different, we watching your body get hauled off. Simple as this, we giving the vibe of the revolution that we living within. Diminish the doubt of the haters that talk on the low because of this minuscule shit.
Video killed the radio star. Video killed the radio star. We got a double feature of news. Both of these stories dropped at about the same time. But they're both about the same topic. So I could have done two separate, but I'm lazy. Let's moosh them all together in one. First off, Smiteworks, the creators of Fantasy Grounds, have announced that they have gone into business with Adam Bradford. And Adam Bradford is now the Chief Development Officer of Fantasy Grounds. Fantasy Grounds, of course, being a VTT. It's actually one of the ones I like, based upon my limited experience of using it. Who's Adam Bradford? Why is this important? He's the guy who made D&D Beyond. He is the guy who a couple years ago went, what if I could put all my D&D crap onto an app so I could easily access my character and everything my character could do without digging through all the books? Well, if I could do that, I wouldn't need to bring the books with me. Unless, of course, I actually had to look things up. 20 minutes, Adam. 20 minutes to get it for a kid to figure out how to add plus 1d6 to his character on D&D Beyond. You know, I'm not a fan of D&D Beyond. In my humble opinion, it doesn't save time, but it's huge. It is, you know, and a lot of other people disagree with me. I'm going to assume I am pretty much by myself at this point in time in my feelings that it doesn't work. But Adam is the guy. And then, of course, when, you know, Wizards of the Coast bought D&D Beyond and started changing it into something completely different, Adam found himself wandering the worlds of unemployment. And Fantasy Grounds went, why don't you come work for us? We'll actually appreciate you. So congratulations, Adam. You are now the Chief Development Officer, taking Fantasy Grounds into the next steps of the evolution of the VTT thing. Which, you know, is going to be huge. You know, and it'd be nice to see somebody kick D&D Beyond to the curb, because so far of my limited experience, D&D Beyond is pretty sucky. And everything that they're trying to do to make D&D Beyond become what it is Wizards wants it to become, I think it's just going to make it more clunky and more sucky. And just, again, plus 20 freaking minutes. 20 freaking minutes to figure out how to put into his character record sheet on D&D Beyond plus 1d6. Okay? That should not be that hard. Okay. Following in the footsteps of that announcement regarding VTT news, we have another VTT news. This from my least favorite VTT, Roll20. Roll20 has announced that they've purchased Demiplane, which actually I think kind of sucks because I really like Demiplane. I played around with it a couple times, as you know, and I really liked it. Of the VTT character creating softwares that I'm aware of, being the two, I appreciate. I like Demiplane. Demiplane, as you know, we use to make our character for Daggerheart, and we've used it a couple other times, and it was everything. You know, it was easy to navigate, and easy to figure out. It didn't really feel as clunky as D&D Beyond. Of course, I didn't try to add plus 1d6 to my character. That's never not going to be funny using Demiplane. But Roll20 has announced that they purchased Demiplane, which they've also just announced a couple days ago, their relationship with Discord. So now they've got Discord and Demiplane as things that you can use with Roll20. Roll20 is already unbelievably clunky and backwards, and Discord, God, Discord's just a fucking nightmare as far as I'm concerned. But so to combine the three of those together is either a really good thing or a really bad thing. But this means Roll20 now has its own character creation system as good or better than D&D Beyond. So right now it's D&D Beyond versus the world. So all these guys are uniting to create their brand new companies. And then they're like saying, hey, okay, why don't, we're going to be drawing the battle lines between us and D&D Beyond. Roll20 has got Demiplane and sorry, I'm distracted by watching Vecna here kill this guy. Roll20 has got Demiplane and Discard. And now the other one, Fantasy Grounds, has got the D&D Beyond guy. And, right now they're probably going, hey, how can we make our take on D&D Beyond for Fantasy Grounds, right? So this is not, both of these are good news, I think. Because we need somebody to step up and go, I can do D&D Beyond, but better. I can give you a VTT that incorporates with the character creation system without being as clunky and backwards and oppressive as D&D Beyond. I mean, from the very beginning, D&D Beyond was just difficult to navigate, and it has only become more and more difficult to navigate because they're trying to get it to do too much. So, and again, I mean, I'm going to keep harping on this because it's funny, but it's also sad. Now, if I go on to Roll20 and I go on to my character on Roll20 from the game that I may or may not be in on Roll20, and I want to go plus 1d6, all I have to do is go to notes, right? And enter the thing that says plus 1d6. Or I could write the code, because Roll20 lets you add code to, personalize things, where when I pressed the button, it added 1 plus 1d20. That would take me anywhere from the 5 seconds in the note to go to the notes and go plus 1d6 to with sword, to however long it would take me to write the code that when I clicked the hit sword button, it added the plus 1d6 to damage, which may be 5 minutes if I don't know what I'm doing, and maybe a minute if I do. So I know in Roll20, I can do that. And from my brief experience with playing on Fantasy Grounds, I know I can go into Fantasy Grounds and do the same thing. I can go to my character on Fantasy Grounds, enter a note that says plus 1d6 to damage, or go into the Fantasy Grounds code and write the code that says if swing with sword, when sword hits, add what plus 1d6. So that's anywhere from 5 seconds to what, 3-5 minutes? Should not take 20 minutes to argue with D&D Beyond, to literally just enter the note that says when I hit with this sword, add an extra plus 1d6. And that was 3 different people trying to figure out how to get D&D Beyond to do something as simple as in the notes, that space where you can just write anything plus 1d6. So my hope is that Roll20 finds a way to become more streamlined and more faster and more accurate and less clunky, or Fantasy Grounds maintains the level of stuff I like, and adding the intellect of this guy to add their own character creation software system, and both of those operate 1,000 times better than what D&D Beyond is right now. And a year from now, when we have those both up and running, I will throw the plus 1d6 question at them and see which of the 3 does it best. My money's on Roll20 probably, because I've done it in Roll20, so I know you can do it. Anyways, that's it. That's it for the news. Congratulations to both of those guys, and congratulations to Demiplane finding a new home. Hopefully it improves the wherewithal of people being aware of Demiplane, because my brief experience with Demiplane was like, this is awesome. It's so much better than D&D Beyond. And congratulations to Fantasy Grounds for gobbling up the creator of D&D Beyond, both of which you will hopefully be able to create worthy competition to D&D Beyond, and let people know that you can do the same thing on ours with significantly less issues, probably cheaper, and not as draconian as the people who are trying to post on D&D Beyond and seeing the new SRD and going, shit, really? My unborn child? I mean, okay. Anyways, that's it. Take care. I'll talk to you later. Drive safely. Get off my land.